When I met Jerica, I worked at Big Brothers Big Sisters at the time, and there's Jerica in my chair at 11 years old. I just knew, something inside of me knew, like, this is the girl for me.
The first time I met Joanna, I was like in the 2nd grade, and I was super excited because I didn't come from like a good family.
Well, I was nervous when I met Shariah because I was like, I'm gonna have an impact on this person.
He was 9 years old.
That was 31 years ago. I was hoping just for a friend, just for someone to be there for me.
I was very excited to get started, get to know her. As we talked, I could tell she was pretty shy, a little quiet, but there was that instant connection, I felt like.
When I first met Caitlyn, I think I could have cried because I was so excited. I'd been looking forward to becoming a mentor, and she was just so sweet.
We met up that first time and we kind of hit it off a little bit, and I was like, this isn't as hard as I thought it would be.
My mom was a single mom and had told me I was getting matched with a big sister. I remember sitting in the living room and the knock came on the door. Shirley was 63. This was not what I thought I was getting. It didn't take long for me to warm up to Shirley. She was not your typical, what I would have thought as a grandma. At 63, she could run circles around me as a 2nd or 3rd grader.
Growing up without a father, he kind of sat in the father role. Could always go to him to talk to if I needed advice or needed help.
It's made my life richer. And it's just great to see the man that he's become 30-some years later from that 9-year-old boy.
I was talking about dropping out of high school because I didn't like school at the time. And he told me he dropped out and he had to live in his car. I was like, oh dang, that must have been hard. We had a bunch of conversations like, just focus, and when you do this, you can become something. I've been an A/B student ever since.
Nikki definitely took me out of a negative household and made sure that I had everything I needed to succeed in where I was at.
In my early years, my mom was a drug addict. My dad was an alcoholic in and out of prison my entire life. And Shirley really taught me many of the lessons of life.
I was most successful because I had Nicole, and I was able to really get through a lot of tough circumstances.
One of the biggest things that Joanna taught me is how to be a good mom. My mom and my dad weren't around, so being around her just made everything better. To have her and her family always there cheering me on, showing up for me, it was great. And you know, I'm a mom now, so I think being around that really changed how I am now, so I'm grateful for all of them. I don't think I would be here if it wasn't for her, you know? She really did change me.
At the time, Chris was serving in the Middle East. We're having a birthday celebration on our patio, and around the corner walks Chris in his military uniform on leave. So, you know, that's pretty special.
The things you miss while you're overseas the most are family.
When you think about being a big, I think you think about the difference that you will make, hopefully, to somebody's life, but you don't necessarily reflect on how much difference they will make to your life.
As much as you want to help others and be a mentor to others, you're also going to gain a lot from that relationship. She has given me tremendous amounts of joy and love, and I can't imagine not having that the last 13 years.
Through the years, I've just realized how valuable it is to pour yourself into someone else. To kind of not commit to that, you're doing yourself a disservice, because how great a feeling to know that this neighborhood is just a little bit brighter because I helped someone. And I'm a little bit brighter because that someone taught me something I didn't know about myself.
When you choose to care about a complete stranger, it will stick with that child and make a big impact in their life.
What I remember as a kid, it wasn't extravagant outings, it wasn't all the big things, it was somebody who donated a few hours out of the week. It was just knowing that there was somebody who was showing up, and they were only showing up for you.
I always tell people, like, if you're on the fence about wanting to do it, just do it. You will never regret the decision, ever.
I cannot imagine a more important investment. It truly does pay off.
You are like my sister. That's how it feels, and I think it will always feel that way.
Thank you for everything, for being what I needed, and for choosing to care about me when you didn't have to.
I'm proud to call myself your little brother. I'll never stop.
Thank you for always supporting me and just growing with me, and always being somebody I can call on whenever I need anything at all.
I love you so much, Nikki. You have been a very big inspiration in my life, especially starting out. You made me love who I am, and I definitely am loving who I'm becoming.
If Shirley was here sitting next to me, she would tell me she was proud. And she'll always be my biggest influence in everything I've done.
When I tell people, oh, I'm getting off real quick, I'm about to go hang with Jeremy, I don't say Jeremy, I say I'm about to go hang with my brother. And some people don't have that, and I'm glad I have that.
Love you, bud.
I love you too.